Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Panthers, in a program built on the backs of legends like Tony Dorsett, Hugh Green, Mark May, and Mike Ditka. Give it the toughness that is epitomized by anyone who plays in the Steel City. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Pittsburgh Panthers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. The Longhorns offense will get the first crack at it here. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he's got it inside the 35. Bird Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on their heels.
They'll throw it on first down. Finds the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant.
Got enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in first and goal. They are feeling it.
And he's wrestled to the ground.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
And every coach talks about it all during the week, how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing is another thing. Great start for the offense.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So the Texas Longhorns offense will have its first possession of the game. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Well, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And the ball is intercepted. Not the biggest return, but he sets him up inside the red zone at the 19.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. If you want to shut this crowd up early, you don't want to give them belief, because it it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the outside. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the 1st down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He gets his 1st one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Flushed out of the pocket. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. The give to the back. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
That's reeled in. It's Flanagan. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They'll try to get the first through the air. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. Right down the boulevard. It's good. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Texas offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They'll give it to the back. At the 40, there he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
It's complete to the left. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
At the 35, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Third down and inches, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to be physical and they're going to run the football, but they still execute at a good level. Not only picking up the first down, chewing up more yardage to make this drive even easier.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
And the Longhorns trying to cash it in on first and goal. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. And the D deny them on second and goal. Gets it out fast. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out quickly. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Pitt right back to the line. They didn't get too greedy there. They knew what they needed, and he gets it just past the sticks.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the defense maybe be a little bit more aggressive, a little more in the face, because QB sees easy access. I'm going to throw the football. My receiver's got a little bit of space. He can get the first down. I'd like to see the defense make him work for it a little bit more.
To the air on first down. He's going to take off. Still running at the 40. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. From the gun, running back gets the give. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Pitt will have to boot this one away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Using his legs. It's slow. Just enough there to get it to the 25 and pick up a 2.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Longhorns are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He wants to take the top off. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 15. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Got his man in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. He wants to pass it on second down. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. And the Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They keep attacking through the air. Makes his connection. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Takes the easy completion.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the points.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Yeah, and the QB decided to take it himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you could see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the first down. And now it's 4th down decision time. No matter where it is on the field or what the distance is, you know there's a chance we still might go for it.
No good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit, still a 10-point game. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your play.
And the ball is picked off. Giving him his pads. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. A first down for the offense. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He's looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4.
Let's go. Here we go, set.
He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Keeps looking downfield. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Well, that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but I can see Mike the Tiger out there pacing. This has been a very close game. They're up by 7 over Rice. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Pulls it in. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. He's looking to pass. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Longhorns!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far today in Pittsburgh. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the Steel City.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. He's got it on the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Panthers come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
fires to the tight end. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10.
3:25.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw.
Brought down at the 43-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Gets rid of it. Got the back over the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Pulls and throws off the RPO. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got his man. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave him. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. So they were able to put up a 3-spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Running toward the tape. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Touch pass on the run. Still running at the 35. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive...
Oh, look out. There he goes. He's inside the 40. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
They'll run it from the gun. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Using the quick game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down. This Pitt offense has been clicking on this drive. Defense in press coverage. Holds and fires complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
This passing attack was on fire last week. Quarterback threw multiple TDs, but they got brought back down to earth very quick in the first half of this game. So here they are now early in the 3rd quarter. They're trying to get some of that mojo back, taking a shot. I like the aggressiveness.
On 3rd down, going up top. He wants it all. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And this one splits the uprights. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. 1st down from the 43. Quick strike complete. Oh, better look out. He's loose. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6. Second and goal for the offense. Wide out in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his...
Touchdown, Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Auburn had an impressive showing there on the Plains, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Bo Jackson is impressed with this one. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Going up top on first down. He finds his man. Great reaction by this defense immediately on the catch, swarming to the ball. Clock winds inside a minute to play here in the third.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And I love working the slot receiver. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Off play action. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Now they'll run the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And they sniff that draw out. When a draw unit, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field. But the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll come out throwing on first down. He slings it deep to the left. And it's incomplete. The defense knocks it away as we have knocked down 3 quarters and head to the fourth. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. The freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Quarterback will audible. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He makes a catch. At the 40, there he goes. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Texas! And the route is on. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter on there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Looking to move it through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Flanagan. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got his man. Gets away from one. He's got space. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He's got it, and they convert. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. He wants to throw. He'll pull it down. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. On second down, wants to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Flanagan. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. And the Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs.
3:25.
Looking to go up top on first down. Buys a little extra time. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. He's looking to throw. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Catch in the middle, it's McGuire. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Off play action on first down. Finds his big tight end. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. They'll leave it with him. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Getting some heat. Looking to buy time. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to throw. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Pitt.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The deficit is huge, this one is all, but over there they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Here comes the Texas offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got his man quickly. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And the Longhorns will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They're working that left side. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Going to try to get it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
He'll try to do it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's going to pass. Now adjusting. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's second down. He's looking to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll pull it down and run. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going with the ground game left. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Goes to the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. So you might expect to see victory formation. Instead, you will see a field goal attempt. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. That last field goal was a big one. Now it takes a touchdown to beat them. You want to pin them back on the kickoff here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. One more play to pad the stats.
3:25.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys